Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today in our practice where we are going to work our full body. Head to toe, fingertip to fingertip, earlobe to earlobe, eyelash to eyelash, all of it. You guys, we're going to get it done. So if you do need to slow it down, please do so. This is your practice. I'm going to do my very best to provide you with a safe, fun, invigorating, calming practice. We're going to get it all. All right, so if you need a drink, grab one, take a break as often as you need one, and let's get going, my friends. So we're going to start with our feet off to the left, just creating like a letter Z shape, if you will. Little hip mobility just to start off the bat. So if you need to kind of lean over onto that right hand, you absolutely can. We're going to work to promote that nice tall posture as best you can. And we're going to walk the hands forward right out over that right shin. Stacking the hands or stacking fists, just relax your upper body down. So as we start to move, we're just going to be checking in, making sure that the breath is slow and steady, making sure that we're not asking too much of the body too soon. We are definitely not judging or criticizing. We're just mindful of the messages our body is sending and of our breath. We let go of that sense of competition. And we allow ourselves to be wherever we are today. Let's slowly walk those hands up, bringing that left hand to the outside of the ankle. Right arm extends to the sky. Let's lean it to the left. And just feel that stretch to the ribs and the waist. We're going to inhale it up nice and tall, bringing that right hand to the mat. Left arm circles up and over. And you can bend that right elbow or you can stay tall. Inhale it back up and over. Let's take it once again to the left. Close your eyes if that feels okay. And other side. Reach it up and over. We're going to do that one more time just at your pace. Whenever it feels good to you, we lean to the left. And one more time to the right. And inhale it up nice and tall. And we're going to sweep those feet around and switch. Little hip mobility. How's that lower back? How are the hips? And sitting up nice and tall. And again, if you need to lean over onto that left hip or left hand, yep, you can. And breathe. We're working to create that nice tall posture to get that little external rotation through that hip and feel that deep stretch into that right hip, but only as your body's ready. And if it's not a deep stretch, celebrate that. And let's walk those hands forward. Again, stacking the hands or stacking fists, coming as deeply into this forward fold as feels good to you. Breathe. You are welcome to have blocks, straps, blankets, pillows, whatever modifications that you need, any tools to help your practice be the best that it can be today. Always by lifting those hips a little bit off of the ground, that allows those hips to not be quite so intense. Blocks always bringing the floor up to us when we might need it. So just take advantage of those things wherever you need it. And let's slowly walk those hands up. We take that right hand to the outside of the right ankle. Left arm reaches to the sky and we lean to the right. Oh, close those eyes. Just feel that stretch through the waist, through the ribs, and up through the fingertips. Inhale it up tall, and we reach it up and over to the left. Right arm reaching, reaching, reaching. Inhale it up and over. We're going to do 3 of these total, so just feel free to move at your pace with your breath. Again, always just checking in. Not with a judgmental mind, never with negative thoughts or feelings. You might have some aha moments, but hopefully followed by a smile on your face or even a little giggle, right? Keep a sense of humor. Sometimes that body does not want to do what we ask it to do. It's all good. Be nice. Sitting up nice and tall, we press those palms down towards the earth and just feel those shoulders come down and away. Breathe. Let's turn and face the top of the mat and take those legs out nice and wide. Sitting up tall, we bring those hands to the tops of the feet and just lean it forward. Relaxing the weight of the upper body down. Stretching through that lower back. Big full deep breaths. Starting at the tailbone, rolling it up one vertebra at a time. Anytime you want to stay in a pose a little bit longer, yes, you are welcome to do so. We crisscross those legs in easy pose. Inhale, reach to the sky. As you exhale, turn to the right, little tap of your fingertips. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, turn to the left, little tap of the fingertips. Inhale, reach to the sky one more time each side. Exhale, little tap, and rotate. Inhale, reach. And exhale, rotate to the left, little tap. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn back to face front, spread your fingers wide, and as you exhale, pull the elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades, lift your gaze to the sky. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, pull, cactus arms. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, pull, last one. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Little tap of the fingertips. Inhale, reach it out, hinge it up nice and tall, circle the arms around behind your back. Fingertips point towards your bum, lean back onto those hands, lift your hips towards the sky, opening up the chest. Oh, those hips, the shoulders, slowly lowering your bottom back down. Big circle of those arms back up and over. Hinge it forward. We've got 2 more of these. Inhale, reach it out. Circle it up and over. Fingertips point towards your bum. Lean back onto those hands and lift those hips. Gaze to the sky. Releasing your bottom. Big circle of those arms back up and over. Hinge it forward. Little tap. Inhale, reach it out. Hinge it all the way back up. Circle the arms around behind. Press and lift. And gently release it down. Big circle of those arms up and over. Let's flow forward and come up onto all fours to a tabletop position with those hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width. We're going to extend that left leg back, tucking those left toes under, and just give a little push back. So pushing through the hands, guiding your weight back, almost like you can lift that right knee, pressing through that left heel. In fact, if you like, let's do that. That felt kind of cool. Loving it. Strong through the shoulders, strong through the core, long through that left leg. Releasing that right knee, pull the left leg in. Extend that right leg back, tuck your toes. Give a little push with those hands. Guide your weight back towards that back of the mat. Core strong. Let's check it out. Can you lift that left knee? Maybe release it back down. Keep pushing, so don't miss out on that stretch down the back through that right calf and through the toes. If you like, lift that left knee. Just firing up through the shoulders, through the core. It feels kind of cool, right? Strong. We love to feel strong. Releasing the knee and pull it back in. Hands are shoulder width apart. Take a big breath into cow pose. Tummy towards the mat. Lift your gaze and lift your sit bones. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest. Lift your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. Let's do 1 more of each. Inhaling it to cow. Exhaling it to cat. Coming back to our neutral spine, let's sit it back towards those heels. We're going to bring our hands back with us and we're going to flip the back of the hand to the top of the mat. Either one. We're going to do them both. And I just want you to feel a good little stretch. And bring your weight back towards your bum as much as feels good to you. So we don't want to overstretch, right? But we definitely want to feel that through the forearm and through the wrist. Mobility through that wrist. Each day that passes, a little less range of motion. And release. Other hand, flip it over, back of the hand towards the top of the mat. So for me, my right wrist, say that 5 times fast, right wrist is a little more tight than my left. I love those little tongue twisters. Say that 5 times. And release. Let's go ahead and sit it back to child's pose. You're welcome to open up those knees or keep them together. Arms are extended out nice and long. Really nice stretch all through the side body. How tight are your quads? Are you feeling it or not so much? If not so much, celebrate that. If it's a fairly decent stretch, celebrate that. The fact that we can get into this pose at all. Celebrate that. Thank the knees. Thank the back. Thank your breath. Let's bring the forearms to touch. Bring the palms of the hands to touch. Spread your fingers wide. Let's lift the forehead, tuck the toes, press and lift your hips to the sky, and we come up to dolphin. Those elbows are shoulder width apart, so if you need to adjust them, adjust. Always, if you need to adjust, adjust. We want to find our alignment and keep our form. Range of motion will come, but if we let that form be sloppy or less mindful, sometimes we can actually end up injuring ourselves. So we really want to keep our alignment in that form and let the range of motion be whatever it's meant to be today. Let's bend that right knee and press the left heel towards the mat. So some days you might feel better than others. That's very normal. We bring onto the mat how we've slept, how we're feeling emotionally, mentally, physically, what we've had to drink, the nutrients we've put in our bodies. Let's switch sides. Left knee bends, right heel down. So if you're having one of those days where you're like, wow, that was rough, I want you to think back and be mindful. What have you done the last couple days? How have you eaten? Have you had enough water? Have you slept well? Has life been a little crazy, a little stressful? Allow both heels to sink. So don't judge. Be kind and mindful. Feels right to you? Take a giant step forward. Oh, that just intensified things. If you're like, wow, that was more than I bargained for, back off a little bit. So as we start to lift those sit bones a little higher, deeper stretch down the backs of the legs, we're asking more through those shoulders, really lifting out of those shoulders, staying strong through the belly. Let's take that giant step back once again. And then we're going to inhale and slowly level out into dolphin plank. You might notice you need to step back even further with those feet. Make it so. Shoulders right over those wrists. You're welcome to come down onto your knees or remain up on the toes. Find your breath. Lift out of those shoulders. Find your breath. Draw that belly button in and up. Engage those transverse abdominals. Wrapping around through the waist, through the hips. As you exhale, lift your hips. Walk your feet back in. Just to our dolphin pose. Not that intensified dolphin. And as you exhale, release your knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, sit it back, keep the palms touching, bend the elbows, and bring the heels of the hands to the back of the head. And just breathe. Checking in. Let's extend those arms. Bring the palms of the hands to the mat. Walk your fingertips towards the top of the mat, just feeling that length all the way down the side of the body. Spread your fingers wide. Let's lift the forehead, tuck the toes, and extend those legs, lifting to our down dog. Sit bones reaching to the sky, head heavy, face soft. Feels so good. Lifting those sit bones. Let's sway the hips side to side. So on those days, guys, where it's really challenging and you're deciding, should I even step on my mat? Oh gosh, those are the best days to do it. Sometimes letting go of expectations. We can actually allow ourselves to have the best practice that we've had in a long time because we don't have those expectations. Those days where we feel strong and anticipate this amazing practice, sometimes our expectations are too high. And then we're like, well, that just wasn't quite what I had hoped. Oh, don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success. Celebrate every last little breath, every movement. We come back to center. Shift your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot. And then the left to forward fold. So sometimes leaving our egos at the door can be really challenging, but so rewarding. So each day I step onto my mat, I want to do my best, whatever that best is. I want to give what I have to give to my practice, to help create the best version of myself, to create space in my body, to allow positive energy to move freely within it. That's the goal. It's not necessarily to come into some crazy pose. It's about finding balance and improving imbalances within the body. Bringing the hands to the elbows, we hold on and gently sway side to side. So egos, let them go. No need here on your mat. It's just you and your mat, you and your breath. Moving, breathing, playing, exploring, letting go. Let that happen. Coming back to center, release your arms. Let's bend the knees as much as you need to bring your hands to the mat. And we're going to crisscross that right foot behind the left and bring the ankles just as tightly together as you can get them. And I just want you to hang in forward fold. If it feels right to you, bring your hands back to your elbows and gently sway. This is going to be a little more challenging for your balance. So just be mindful, a little sense of humor. Know that it's going to be a little more challenging. And what do you feel in those hips? How about those IT bands coming back to center? Relax your arms and let's slowly roll it up. So feel kind of how your feet grip to your mat to help stabilize. Big shoulder roll up and back and let those shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Right elbow bends, hand behind your head. Left hand to the elbow and gently press as you lean to the left. Oh, it feels so good. A little press of that right hip and the right side of the rib cage out to the right. Slow, deep breaths. Inhaling it back up. Extend the arms to the sky. Swan dive down to forward fold. Soft bend in the knees. Release that right foot and then cross the left. And we hang in forward fold. Arms are heavy, head is heavy, face is soft. If it feels good to you, bring the hands to the elbows and gently sway. Just checking in. Again, what do you feel? How challenging is it with those legs crossed to sway side to side? Coming back to center, release your arms and slowly roll it up. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. Bending that left elbow, hand behind your head. Right hand to that left elbow. Gently press as you lean to the right. Pressing the rib cage on that left side, that left hip. Press it out to the left. Leaning into the stretch. Breathe. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Extend those arms to the sky and swan dive to forward fold. Releasing that left foot, hanging in forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your left foot. Back knee to the mat if you like, otherwise knee stays off and we circle those arms up and overhead. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. And exhale, sink. Again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Circle the arms forward, back of the hands pull towards the back of the mat as you open the chest, gaze to the sky, rotate those palms open, and spread those fingers. Let's bring the hands behind the head, supporting the weight of the head, opening those elbows. And inhale it up nice and tall. Extend those arms to the sky. Flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. And extend right leg to the sky. You are welcome to release that right leg down or keep it high. We're going to inhale it to high plank. If that right leg is up, pull that right knee in towards your chest. You can let your right foot rest to the mat, just hugging that knee in, or you can keep that whole leg up. Lifting out of the shoulders. If you like, take that right knee to the right elbow. Hold it. How close can you get to that elbow? If you like, bend the elbows. Find your breath. Maybe extend that right leg. Pull it back and rise. Pulling that right knee back to center and step it back. Left knee pulls in. Find your breath. Left knee to the left elbow. Hold. Bending the elbows if you like. Extending that left leg if you like. Bending the knee and rise. Pulling that left knee back to center and step it back. Lift your hips to down dog. That was challenging. Woo. Celebrate that, my friends. If we weren't quite there today, we do our best, right? That's what we do, is our best. Giving that head a little shake, yes or no? Checking in. Can you put a smile on that face? Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the sky. Exhale, arch it back, a little or a lot. Squeeze those buns, open that chest. Inhaling it up nice and tall. Pull the hands to heart center, and let's sit to chair. Find your breath. Soften those shoulders. Breathe. I want you to notice those legs. Do you try and favor one leg? Even out that weight. Where's your weight in your feet? Can you find your heels? Now can you feel all four corners of the foot? Inside and outside of the ball of the foot. Inside and outside of the heel of the foot. Inhale, rise, reach to the sky. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale, wrap the arms around the backs of the legs, line your forearms up with your calves, or just take a hold of those calves. Use the strength of the arms to pull that upper body towards your legs. Little tuck of your chin up towards your chest. And again, notice, does your weight sway from side to side? Do you favor one leg? Breathe. Do you need to bend the knees? Can you lengthen those legs? Can you feel the space between the shoulder blades? Releasing those arms, just let them hang. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your right foot. Back knee can come down if you like. Arms circle up and overhead to our crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. And exhale, sink. Again, inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink, stay low. Circle those arms forward, back behind, pulling towards the back of the mat. Rotate your palms to the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe. Core is strong. We bend the elbows, bringing the hands behind the head, supporting the weight of the head, but allowing those elbows to be heavy and open. Inhale that up nice and tall. Extend those arms. Flow forward. Hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips. Sweep it back. And extend. Left leg to the sky. Breathe. You can keep that left leg high, or you are welcome to release it down. We inhale it to high plank. Leg up or down. And we have 2 super slow push-ups. Take your time. And rise. So we love the challenges. On those days that maybe the body says no thank you, honor that. Those days, guys, we need a little extra TLC. It's good. Release that left leg. Lift the right. If you need to come down onto your knee, come down onto your knee. Super slow. Melt. Take your time. And they don't have to be humongous range of motion. Just the activation, a slight bend in those arms. Lower down as far as is right for you. And press it back up. Release your foot. Lift your hips to down dog. And alternate bending knees. Lifting those sit bones high. Great way to check in with that lower back. To release any tension. Sometimes those planks are pretty challenging and you feel it in the lower back. If you're feeling it in the lower back, that's a good sign that we need to spend a little more time on those core muscles. Find your breath. We all need to spend a little more time on those core muscles. It's all good. As you exhale, let both heels sink. Taking the gaze between your hands. Walk your feet in to forward fold. And let's heel toe those feet out to the outside edge of your mat. Toes are slightly turned off. Heels remain on, and let your upper body be heavy. And I just want you to rock forward and back, heels to toes. Allowing that head to be heavy, feeling that stretch in the hips, down the backs of the legs. Just noticing where you feel it the most. Now center your weight. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. If you can get those palms to touch, great. If they don't want to touch, no worries. If you're having a hard time getting those fingers interlaced and you happen to have a dog leash, a yoga strap, any kind of material, a sock, a shirt, anything that you can hold on to with those hands, give those shoulders a good roll up and back and let those arms be heavy. Tuck your chin up towards your chest. Take your gaze up and just beyond your bum. And breathe. And now you can shift your weight forward and back a little bit. Play with it. What do you feel? We come back to center. Bring the hands to the small of the back. And gently release those arms. Let's inhale halfway up, core strong, and begin to bend those knees. Find your breath. Slow, steady breaths. We're going to shift our hands to that left top corner of the mat, and we're going to shift and touch that left knee to the mat. Toes remain tucked under, and then slowly bring it back to your frog pose, walking those hands back through center. We shift our hands towards the right top corner of our mat, and we bring that left knee, touch it down, and bring it back up. Walk those hands through center. Let's do that once more. Bringing that right knee down as we walk our hands to the left. Bringing it back through center as we come back to our frog. One more time, we walk those hands to the right as that left knee taps. And come back through to center, back to frog. Adjust those feet. Heels are on the mat, toes are off, knees are tracking right out over those toes. And slowly lower your bottom, lift your chest, pull the hands to heart center. If that is not in the cards today, you stay in your frog position. Core strong. As we rise, if you're in frog, let your upper body be heavy and just slowly roll it back up. If we are in garland or our yogi squat, we rise slow and steady, keeping that tailbone and that bum from lifting first and leading with the crown of the head, extending those arms, and exhale, arch it back. Opening those arms to a nice wide V. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands to heart center and heel toe those feet back into hip width apart. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhaling up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Hold your plank, toes or knees. Find your breath. Let's draw that right foot up towards the right hand, as close as feels good to you, and good is relative in our yoga pose, right? So remember that. Toes are slightly turned open. We're going to roll to the outside edge of that left foot and extend. Right arm to the sky. Should feel this really nice stretch in that right hip. And breathe. Extending and lengthening. Out of the shoulders, up through the tips of the fingers. Rotate that right palm towards the front. Reach it up and over. Long diagonal line. Shaky's good. Shaky means you're working hard. Breathe. Inhale, lift that right arm to the sky. Slowly release that right hand down, rolling back to the ball of that left foot. Step your right foot back. Left foot steps in. Toes are slightly turned open. Heel is remaining on the mat. We're going to roll to that right hand and extend. Left arm to the sky, outside edge of that right foot, resting on the mat, and we're lifting those hips. We're lengthening and extending out of that left shoulder. Beautiful stretch in that left hip. Rotating left palm towards the front, reach it up and over. Long diagonal line all the way down that left side. How's your breath? Inhale, lift that left arm to the sky. Slowly release it down, hand to the mat. We come back to the ball of that right foot and step the left foot back. Lift your hips to down dog. We shift our weight to our left hand, right hand reaching across, taking a hold anywhere along that left leg you like. And then turn and take your gaze out underneath that left arm. Find your breath. Releasing that right hand. Shift your weight to the right hand, left hand reaching back, taking a hold anywhere along that right leg you like, and turn and take your gaze out underneath that right arm. Close your eyes if you like. Check in. Core strong. Releasing that left hand. We inhale it to high plank. And as you exhale, crocodile down. Press it through, release the pelvis, release the tops of the feet, lifting those hands to cobra. If you need the support of those hands, keep it. Otherwise, we lift. Shoulders are drawn back. Find your breath. Releasing your hands, press it back to child's pose. Find your breath. Nice big deep breaths. And let's slowly rise, walking those hands back in to tabletop. We take a big breath into cow pose, tummy towards the mat, lift your gaze, lift your sit bones. Exhale, hollow to cat, lift your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale it back to cow. One more each way. And exhale it to cat. And inhale it back to neutral. Let's extend that right leg straight out to the side, sole of the foot to the earth. Core is strong. We shift our weight to our right hand. Left hand is going to pass through, and we reach left hand out towards those right toes, shoulder to the mat, and we rotate body, extending. Right arm to the sky, reach it up as high as you can reach. Feels good to you? Allow that right arm to slowly open out to the side. Breathe. Doing our best to draw both shoulders towards the earth. Opening the chest towards the sky. Adjust however you need to adjust. Let that right arm be heavy. Inhale, lift that right arm to the sky and slowly release your hand down. We press our way back up and draw that right knee back in. Extend left leg straight out to the side. Breathe. Shift your weight to your left hand. Right hand's going to pass through, reaching out towards those left toes. Shoulder to the mat, side of the head to the mat. Left arm extends to the sky. Reach it up. Lengthen out of the shoulder. And if it feels right to you, allow that left arm to start opening out to the side. Just letting it go. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. Not forcing, not fighting against. Mindful and purposeful in all that we do. Inhale, lift that left arm to the sky. Slowly release your hand down, pressing it back up and drawing that left knee back in. We cross left knee up and over the right, bringing the knees just as tightly together as we can get them, and then opening up those feet behind you in a nice wide V. Take a giant step forward with each hand, and then slowly, slowly start to press those sit bones straight back as far as feels good to you. If you have a block, you can rest your forehead against that block, a blanket, a pillow. Just really working to draw those sit bones back, extend those arms out, and let that upper body be as heavy as possible, getting that great stretch into the hips. And let's slowly walk those hands back towards the knees. You can stay right there. So if you're taking special care of those knees or those hips and maybe sitting back is not the very best, please feel free to stay just where you are, sitting up nice and tall, working to get your sit bones to the earth. Breathe. Find your breath. We're going to slowly hinge it forward, bringing those arms out to a nice wide V and just allowing the upper body to be heavy. You can bend the elbows as you lower, drawing the chin towards the chest. Close your eyes. And slowly we rise, sitting tall. Let's come forward, hands out in front, releasing that left knee and crossing the right. Bringing the knees just as tightly together as we can get them, opening up those feet nice and wide behind us into that wide V. Giant step forward with those hands and press it back. And again, working to extend those arms to reach the sit bones back, to let the forehead be heavy. Breathing into the hips. Sending love. Letting go of tension, stress. And let's slowly walk those hands back towards the knees, sitting the bottom between those heels, stacking the knees just as best we can, and sitting up nice and tall. Eyes open or closed. And let's slowly bring those hands forward to a nice wide V, and gently let that upper body be heavy as you bend those elbows, tucking the chin towards the chest. Letting go of any tension or tightness. And slowly we rise. Coming forward once again, up onto those knees, releasing that right leg, and let's sit it back to child's pose. Can you hear those hips saying thank you? And now that lower back says, ah, you're the best. Taking the time you need. As you're ready, walk your hands up. Come over onto one hip, sweep your feet around, and slide on down towards the top of your mat. Extending the legs out long, flex your feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Release the tummy, release the hands, relax the arms, and let your head be heavy. Our forward fold. Let's sweep those hands back, fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat as the crown of the head reaches towards the top of your mat. Find your breath. We once again reach forward out towards those feet, hinging it all the way up. Let's pull that right knee in towards the chest. Sit up nice and tall. Find your breath. Just that foot hovering, that right foot hovering just above the floor. And release it out. Reach to the sky. And exhale, circle those arms back down, pulling that left knee in, supporting, pulling in with the shin. That foot just hovering above the mat. Chest is lifted. We're promoting good posture. And gently release, reach to the sky, lower those arms to shoulder height, soften your feet, and ever so slowly roll it back. Take the time you need. And relax. We pull the right knee in towards the chest. Hands to the shin just below your knee. Pull your knee in. Left leg stays long. If that doesn't feel great on your lower back, you can bend that left knee and place the sole of the foot to the earth. We're just going to roll the ankle both directions just a couple times, just whatever feels good. And then point and flex your foot. How's the ankle? Breathe. Soften your foot. Extend that right arm out to a T. Left hand shifts to the outside of that right knee and guide your leg across your body. We keep both shoulders against the earth and turn and take our gaze out over that right arm. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Feels so good. We roll it back to center. Extending that right leg to the sky. Point your toes. Lengthen your leg. Little external rotation through your hip. And then slowly lower your leg down. Reach out through those toes. Try and paint a straight line all the way down the wall in front of you. And allow it to come to rest. Left knee pulls in. Hands to your shin just below your knee. And we're just going to point and flex. And again, if that's not great on your lower back, you can bend that right knee. Otherwise, keep it long, just feeling that good stretch right down the front of that hip flexor. And we're going to point and flex the foot, just checking in the mobility, range of motion, noticing if there's anything going on, and then soften. Left arm extends out to a T, right hand transfers to the outside of the left knee, and gently guide your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat, turn and take your gaze out over that left arm. Close your eyes. Notice if there's any tension or tightness going on in that lower back, in that left hip, through the neck, the shoulders, and see if you can't let any of that last little bit go. Releasing that right hand, rolling it back to center. Let's extend that left leg to the sky, pulling that right knee in, right leg to the sky, flexing your feet. Now, if you are dealing with high blood pressure, perhaps you're taking special care of your neck, your shoulders, or your lower back today, this is a wonderful place to stay. You are welcome to come to Dead Bug or Happy Baby with those knees wide, reaching up towards those feet and pulling those knees gently down as you work to keep that tailbone connected to the earth. Or if you wish, we're going to come to plow pose. We take those feet up and back. Now you are welcome to support at the small of the back. You are welcome to have those arms long or to interlace your fingers and to extend those arms out. You're welcome to roll those shoulders underneath you one at a time. We want to make sure that we can still breathe slow and steady. Those legs can be long and together, or they can be bent and slightly apart. We're working to stack those hips right up over those shoulders and to just really feel a great stretch. Making sure that you are not pinching close the windpipe, that you are still able to breathe freely. Find your breath. If today plow pose just isn't in the cards, don't judge, my friends. Making sure you're not looking side to side, but that gaze remains straight up. Whenever you have had enough, release your hands, unroll those shoulders one at a time, and then slowly roll out. If you are in Dead Bug, extend those legs once again to the sky. Let's rotate those palms to the sky. And either one leg at a time or both legs together, keeping the small of the back connected to the mat. Slowly lower those legs. Strong through the core. Just slow and steady. If you start to feel that lower back, pull off the mat. Go to one leg or bend the knee. And allow those heels to gently rest. Relax those arms. Make whatever adjustments you need to make to find a comfortable place. Close your eyes. We open those palms towards the sky for giving and receiving of loving energy. We take a moment to acknowledge any thoughts that may have entered our minds today. And then just allow those thoughts to just gently drift away. All too often in the world we live in, we give, 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 go, 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 go. I invite you, invite yourself to take some time to simply breathe, to feel the weight of your body gently rest against the earth, still, calm, and comfortable. As we so freely give of our energy, oftentimes we don't even realize how depleted in energy we are until we stop. It's here, my friends, that we draw in that wonderful positive energy through our open heart, open mind, and those open palms. Let's give that energy a color. And I want you to see that beautiful color being drawn in through each inhale, through the palms of the hands, through the mind, through the heart, replenishing those energies that we've given. A sense of peace. We feel calm. Yet there's this amazing energy within us. As we watch and see that beautiful color of that positive energy just fill us from the tips of the toes to the tips of the fingers to the crown of the head. As the mind and the body once again full of wonderful energy, we now send out any excess to the universe. For there are those who need it badly. We take care of ourselves so that we can better care for those whom we love. For those whom we come across that might need a little extra energy. And possibly as you brush by, even a kind stranger, you can quietly say, "You're welcome," for passing on that amazing energy. Recognizing the gift of you, the gift of energy, the wonderful spirit within you, your kindness, your heart, your knowledge, your sense of humor, your kindness. Here we feel full, healthy, happy, strong. Relax. Breathe. Just be. We very gently begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. You're welcome to open your eyes or keep them closed. And if you wish, extend those arms and extend those legs, reaching through the toes, reaching through the fingertips. We circle those arms down towards the legs, drawing the knees in one at a time, hands behind your thighs. We can rock ourselves up or rock to one side and use the strength of the arms to help us come back up. And let's find a seated position, one that feels right to you. Rest your hands comfortably. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest. If you like, bringing the hands to heart center. A couple good deep breaths here, honoring and celebrating the journey we're on, the life we live, the opportunities in front of us, the gifts of friendship, the gift of self-awareness, the gift of movement, the gift of breath. Let's lift that beautiful face, open those beautiful eyes, and I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a magnificent rest of your day. Be well, take care, and until the next time, light, love, and namaste.